Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Paul Heyman shares a heartbreaking message from Roman Reigns about the Bloodline and his father. Here's a take on an emotional storyline where Paul Heyman shares a heartfelt message from Roman Reigns, touching on his deep-rooted feelings about the Bloodline and his relationship with his father. The energy in the ring was palpable. Paul Heyman, always composed yet brimming with a powerful intensity, stood alone in the ring with a mic in hand. With Roman Reigns temporarily sidelined, the WWE Universe had been eagerly awaiting any words from the tribal chief. Tonight, Heyman had been entrusted with something profound, something personal. He was here to deliver a message, one that promised to pierce the hearts of fans and foes alike. This wasn't just an update. This was a rare, deeply emotional insight into the mind of Roman Reigns himself. Clearing his throat, Heyman took a deep breath and looked around the arena, his piercing gaze cutting through the excited murmurs of the crowd. There was a hush that filled the stadium as Heyman raised the mic to his lips. "Ladies and gentlemen," he began, his voice carrying a gravity that instantly silenced the crowd. "Tonight, I am not here as the advocate or the wise man. I am here carrying a message from our tribal chief, Roman Reigns." The crowd's anticipation grew as Heyman's face softened, taking on an uncharacteristic vulnerability. For the first time in years, the wise man appeared as a mere messenger, bearing a load heavier than any championship belt. "Roman Reigns wants you all to know that the Bloodline is more than a faction, more than a group of warriors battling for supremacy in the WWE," he continued. "The Bloodline is his family, his legacy, and a tribute to those who came before him." Heyman paused, looking up as if he were channeling Roman's very spirit through his words. "This is his message, directly to each and every one of you. To everyone watching," Heyman recited, his voice trembling slightly, "you've seen me at my strongest, leading my family with confidence. You've seen me protect and guide those who stand with me, all in the name of the Bloodline. But tonight, I want to talk about what drives me, about the real strength behind every move, every match, every decision." Heyman's voice was heavy with emotion, and the crowd was eerily silent, caught up in the intensity of the moment. "You see, this isn't just about championships or power. It's about family, about honor," Heyman continued. "The Bloodline was born out of the strength my father instilled in me. I fight not just for myself, but for him, for my uncles, my cousins, for everyone who has sacrificed to build this legacy." The air in the arena was thick with emotion. Every member of the WWE Universe knew that Roman Reigns came from a legendary wrestling lineage. His father, Sika Inoue, had given his life to the industry, leaving a trailblazing legacy that Roman both revered and sought to exceed. But this wasn't the Roman Reigns that fans had become accustomed to seeing. This was Roman the son, the man behind the warrior. Heyman's eyes grew misty as he continued. "I'm doing this for my father, for my blood. I stand here, a proud son of a proud man. He taught me that family is everything, that you protect what you love with your life. Every match, every sacrifice, I make it with his voice in my head, reminding me of my purpose." The crowd was captivated, feeling the weight of Roman's words as Heyman continued to deliver them with reverence. But the weight of family is also heavy. It's a responsibility that crushes you if you let it. "I want you to know that I feel the weight, every day, every moment, with every decision I make. I don't lead the Bloodline out of pride or arrogance. I lead because it's my duty, my birthright, and because I owe it to my father to carry our family's honor to heights no one ever imagined." Heyman's voice was soft but steady, his words resonating through the arena as if he were revealing a long-held secret. "And it's not always easy," Heyman read, his voice catching in his throat. "I've made sacrifices. I've hurt the people I love. My own cousins have suffered under my hand. But every action, every hard decision, has been to protect the Bloodline, to keep the legacy intact. Because my father's voice tells me that a leader does whatever it takes, no matter the cost." The crowd was silent, hanging onto every word. The image of Roman Reigns, the dominant tribal chief, was peeling away, revealing a man who wrestled not just in the ring but within himself. He was a man bound by a fierce love for his family, a loyalty so deep it tore at his very soul. Heyman continued, visibly moved. "My father taught me that family is a bond that never breaks, even when tested, even when strained to its limits. He taught me that we are bound by blood and honor, and I am reminded of this with every choice I make, even if it causes pain." At this point, Heyman took a moment, visibly affected by the words he was delivering. The crowd was silent, sensing that this was more than just a message. It was an unmasking, a rare glimpse into the vulnerabilities of the man who was usually portrayed as invincible. "So to those I have hurt, to those who may never understand," Heyman's voice quivered, "know that I carried this burden for you. And to my father, if you're watching, know that everything I do is to make you proud. To carry the family legacy higher than any of us ever dreamed." Heyman paused, lowering his head as if in a moment of silence for the words just spoken. The crowd erupted into a mix of applause and chants, swept up in the raw emotion of Roman's message. Heyman stood there, visibly drained, as if he had just shared a piece of his own soul along with Roman's. The audience's reaction was powerful, a mix of cheers and tears from those who felt Roman's struggle, who understood the depth of sacrifice that came with being the tribal chief. This was more than wrestling. It was a story of love, of duty, and of the unbreakable bonds of family. After a long pause, Heyman finally looked back up, addressing the crowd with a soft yet firm voice. "Ladies and gentlemen, remember tonight's message. Remember that even the strongest among us are human. Even the tribal chief has a heart, and that heart beats for his family, for his father, and for all who came before him." As Heyman left the ring, the crowd continued to chant, echoing Roman's name throughout the arena. The message had been received, not just by the fans, but by everyone in the WWE Universe. Roman Reigns was not just a champion but a son, a leader burdened by the weight of legacy, driven by an unyielding love for his father and his family. The Bloodline saga had taken on a deeper meaning. It was no longer just a story of power and dominance. It was a story of love, sacrifice, and the eternal bonds that hold a family together, even in the face of overwhelming odds.